Hey everyone, and welcome. So everything you just heard was in a 3 beats to the measure time signature. Whether 3/4, 3/8, or 3/16. All right. So the whole thing was 3 beats to the measure, and we know the top number is how many beats in the measure. The bottom number just signifies which note gets the beat. All right. So in 3/4 it's the quarter note. 3/8 it's the 8th note. 3/16 is the 16th note. So I can play 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That could be 3/4. You'd be seeing 3 quarter notes in a bar. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. If the time signature was 3/8, I played at that same tempo. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. You would see 3/8 notes as opposed to 3 quarter notes. Or if it was 3/16, same tempo. If I played, you'd see 16th notes, 3/16 notes in a measure. All right, so I'm still playing 3 beats in a measure. Depending on what the tempo is, right, it determines how fast or slow I play. All right, so how do you play 3/4 time? If someone says, well, how do you play 3/4 time? Well, how do you play 4/4 time? Right, 4/4 time, I always demonstrate something in 4/4 time with the simple beat, that simple beat. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. But is that the only way to play in 4/4 time? No. That's just one of the simplest beats. If you listen to the radio, you're pretty much hearing snare on 2 and 4 for the most part, and bass on 1 and 3 with variations. There's all kind of variations to the beat, but you're kind of in that same line of rhythm. But there's multiple number of different beats you can play with syncopation, and you don't have to play on the downbeat on the bass. You don't have to play on 2 and 4 on the snare. And it also depends on the style of music you're playing. If you're playing Latin, you're not playing 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 on the bass and 2 and 4 on the snare. There's different rhythms in Latin. In jazz music, all right, you're not playing 2 and 4 basically. You can play a lot of different stuff. Progressive music, right? A lot of syncopation stuff, a lot of different rhythms you can play. All that's different is you're counting 4 beats to the measure. In 3/4, same thing applies. You can play a multiple different of beats and things and off beats and whatever, but you're now just counting 3 instead of 4. So don't get confused thinking that, in 3/4, here's the only way to play a 3/4 beat. No. Simple-wise, let's do the simple logically, talk through it logically to see how a simple 3/4 can be formulated, right? How it's done. So if we look at a basic 4/4 time, play that basic beat, 1 2 3 4. Okay, we have the downbeat on the 1. So in 3/4 time, let's put the downbeat on the 1 on the bass to keep it simple. So 1, all right? That's our first beat. Second beat in that 4/4 time is on the snare. 1 2. So let's put it in 3/4, same thing. 1 2. Now we have that third beat. In 4/4 time, we got 1 2 3, and then the fourth beat will be on the snare. So let's just put bass, snare, bass, 3/4 time, 1 2 3. And let's repeat that. Let's hear what that sounds like if that would be a viable beat, right? So we'll go bass, snare, bass, snare, bass. 1 2 3 1, ready, go. That's viable. It can be a beat depending on the song you're playing, if it fits in with the bass and what the other musicians are playing and the type of song it is. Yeah, you could play that. Nothing wrong with that. Now let's take the bass off the third beat and just have the bass snare on 1 and 2. Bass, snare, 3. Bass, snare, 3. Bass, all right? 1, ready, go. Nothing wrong with that either, if it fits to what you're playing. Of course, I'm playing just quarter notes. You were playing eighth notes. Works. If you're playing upbeats, all right, you can play all kind of different rides to it. All right, but it works. It's fine. All right, so we're playing the snare on 2. Let's put the snare on 3. Let's hear what that sounds like. So we'll keep the bass on the downbeat, just like all the other beats, simplicity-wise. All right, so bass 2, snare, bass 2, snare, bass 2, snare, bass. Here we go. Nice. That would fit in songs, certain songs. All right, let's do the snare on 2 and 3. Let's fill all that gap. Let's hit the bass on 1, 2 and 3 on the snare. Here we go. 1, ready, go. Fine, if it works. All right, remember, we're keeping it simple. We're 3/4 time, and we're playing kind of in that same tempo. All right, now let's take what I just did and let's put it in a different style. All right, I was kind of playing where it would be a rock drummer, just playing, Now, if I'm playing a waltz, or maybe a polka waltz or a Bavarian waltz or any kind of waltz, now we're going to change. We're not going to play all right, that would be inappropriate. Now it comes into the style of music you're playing and the dynamics that you have to play with to fit that. That would not work for a waltz. You would have to bring it down, and there's a flow to the waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now you can just play on the 1. I'll just play on the 1 on the cymbal and play 2 and 3 and the bass on 1. All right, 2 and 3 on the snare, bass on the 1. I'm going to leave the hi-hat out. All right, 1, 1, ready, go. All right, the subtlety now, the volume, the dynamics. And a polka can be played with just a snare. You're in 3, 1, 2, 3. Think of pa 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 pa. You could play that for a polka waltz, a Bavarian waltz. All right, bum da da do 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 do. Okay, as opposed to the rock. Which would be good for rock. Now, if I'm playing a tempo-wise, tempo determines a lot of stuff too. If I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rock-wise. All right, I'm playing this on the 3. All right, that works. That could work for a lot of stuff. I'm not putting any ghost notes. I'm not putting any offbeats or anything. I'm just playing straight ahead. If I'm going to play slow, though, say in a slower tempo, 1, 2, 3. Now I can maybe put a little ghost notes, play a different syncopation, whatever. 2, 3. All right. So there's not one way to play 3/4. I played a little tarantella, quick, this thing at the beginning there. I played a. Right. Technically, that would probably be a 12/8 or a 4/4, but in a triplet. It's a triplet fill, so it's still in a 3 fill. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 ba ba da da 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 da. Let's look at a song. I'm going to link it down here. I'm going to link 2 songs. One is Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. And that's a good example. And this is an early, I just saw this and it was, it's early, they're young looking. I don't know where, I didn't look to see where it was from or anything. But it's a good demonstration. It's in 90 beats per minute. And you'll hear this. You'll hear in this song, I don't know, I don't have 90 set up, but you'll hear 1 2 3 1, ready, go. All right, now you'll go, well, that's 6/8, isn't it? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Well, you could say, well, that's 6/8. The sheet music, I pulled up the sheet music, it is written in 3/4 time. But within that song, you're going to hear 3 different ways, the simplest ways to play 3/4 time in the simple beat of 3/4 time. You'll hear that, so you'll hear 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. You'll also hear the snare on the 3rd beat. You'll also hear the snare on the 2 and the 3 beat. And it goes back, all right, back to the 1. Listen to that song, watch the song. You can see the drummer, it's Don Henley, young Don Henley. See what he's doing. But listen, you can hear when he's playing kind of what seems to be 6/8, but still in 3/4, just doing a half time. And then the snare on the 3, bass on the 1, and then the snare on 2 and 3. You'll hear that all the way, you'll hear that through the song. Another song is Breakaway. How about Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson? Here's I'll link the performance she's doing. This song, now, you can find sheet music. It's written in 3/4. And I also found it written in 6/8. Because it has the same feel of the 6/8, whereas, and that's at 160 beats per minute. Again, I don't have it. So if it was 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Right? That's a 6/8 feel that you're hearing. You go, well, that's 6/8. Well, it could, yeah. If someone originally just said 6/8, then you're playing in 6/8. You're not playing anything different. Or if someone wrote it in 3/4, I have it both in 3/4 and 6/8. Still play. You're still playing the same thing. It's just what note value is getting the beat. 3/4 is the quarter note. 6/8 is the 8th note. So you say, well, why wouldn't it be 6/8? Well, however they wrote it, and that's how you play it. All right? But they're playing like a 6/8 feel. But it's written in 3/4 as well. Interesting. Something like Iris, Goo Goo Dolls. Iris, the song Iris, look that up on your own. can hear it. It starts out in 4/4, and then here's a sheet music that has it going to 3/4, and it's kind of just a little bit slower than the 160, but it's in that same groove. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that song, I found sheet music in 3/4 going to 3/4. Found sheet music going from 4/4 into 6/8. Same thing. You're playing the same thing though. Bed of Roses, Bon Jovi. That's at 160 as well, same as Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson. Right? But that is written, look at this. I have it, it's written, you can find it in 6/8 time signature. You can find it in 12/8 time signature. But it's the same feel. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? So I don't want you to get confused on anything. I just want you to make sure if you're playing in a 3/4 time or 3, you're counting 3. 1, whatever tempo you're playing, the slower. And you can put the hi-hat on, again, you can put it on 2 and 3, on just a 3, on a 2, depends how the bass player is playing, how the guitars, how the music, how the song is set up, right? But not one way to do it. You're not going to sit down and play a 3/4 beat, or play a 3/4 beat, and you're just going to go. Who are you playing with? What kind of musicians are they? Are they progressive? Are you playing with the band Rush? If you're sitting down with the old Rush, are you gonna play that? No, you're not. All right. So, what style is? What are we gonna play? Oh, okay. All right. Jazz. All right. Now it's gonna be different. What's the tempo? 1, 2, 3. What's the tempo? Speed up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I hope that helps you a little bit, understanding 3/4 time a little bit, that there's not just one way to play 3/4 time. What's the song you're playing? Who's the band you're playing with? What is the style of music you're playing? It's just like 4/4. You're not just going to play 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All kind of different beats you can play within 4/4. And all kind of different styles that changes, all right? Same with 3/4. The only difference, 4/4 time you're counting 4 beats in a measure, 3/4 time you're counting 3. Okay? And mix it up and change it up. Watch those 2 links below just to see the drummer, what they're doing, especially the Eagles song, because you hear all 3 of those in there. All right, so 3/4 time, whatever. Just 3/4 time. I was playing this on 3. I was basically doing a 4/4 beat, but in 3/4 time. All right, I wasn't really getting complicated with anything, keeping that. That's in 4/4 time, put in 3/4 time. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe if you're so inclined. Now go have some fun. Go drum.